Good afternoon and welcome. On behalf of the faculty, administration, and Board of Education, it is my distinct honor to welcome parents, family, and friends to the Henry Ford II Class of 1999 commencement exercises. The musical prelude, the processional, were played by our symphonic band and directed by our conductor, Mr. Rick Nitterhouse. The national anthem was performed by our symphonic band and directed by Becky Harbaugh. This graduating class, the last of this millennium, has been a wonderful class, having provided solid leadership for our schools. Members of this class have achieved academic excellence, participated in co-curricular and extracurricular activities, and given very generously of their time and their talents to our many service organizations. Reflective of that quality, this class has a salutatorian and 5 valedictorians. 21% of this class are members of National Honor Society, and 20% are receiving academic or athletic scholarships. As they leave us, 2% of this class will enlist in the mightiest military force in the world. 3% will join the workforce of the most wonderful economic power in the world. 4% will attend trade schools, 25% will go to a community college, and 66% will go to a 4-year college. They will be pursuing higher education in the finest universities in the world. Graduating seniors, as you graduate, on the threshold of a new millennium, a mighty and proud nation awaits your leadership. Be lifelong learners, secure in your possibilities, for they are boundless. Be of strong moral fiber, high intellectual purpose, and warm and loving of heart, because you can be. Seek out your future with bold determination, commitment, enthusiasm, and stamina. And strive each day to become a better person, to make us a better people and our nation a better nation. We see in you the promise of a very, very bright future. Each of us at Henry Ford II High School, your teachers, your administrators, and your staff, embrace each of you, our bright and beautiful young men and young women, and with our collective love, knowledge, and wisdom, wish you success, health, and happiness. Now it is my pleasure to introduce our special guests. They have all contributed in some fashion to the success of the class of 1999. The Superintendent of Utica Community Schools, Dr. Joan Sargent. Members of the Board of Education, President Dr. Carol Clino. Vice President, Mr. Kevin Lohmeyer. Treasurer, Mr. Stephen Truman. Trustee, Mrs. Jean Kleida. Trustee, Mrs. Cheryl Stratton. Trustee, Mr. Carl Torito. Assistant Superintendent for Instruction, Mr. Randall Eckhart. Assistant Superintendent for Business Affairs, Dr. Frank Pichel. Assistant Superintendent for Human Resources, Mr. David Berube. And our Associate Principals, Mrs. Julie Patterson and Mr. Dennis Schreiber. We are also very pleased this afternoon to have with us administrators from our feeder schools. I'm going to ask them to stand as I call off their names, and then they will remain standing, and we will applaud them all together. Principal of Havel Elementary, Mr. Bob Kenishnick. Harvey Elementary, Dr. Elaine Morris. Browning Elementary, Mr. Craig Christensen. Grebner Elementary, Mrs. Alicia Fly. McGahey Elementary, Mr. Mike Hardy. Dresden Elementary, Dr. Cheryl Swanson, and Bemis Junior High School, Mrs. Joyce Spade. Mr. Kenishnick is retiring this year, and he has been with the district for over 30 years and principal at Havel for over 17 years, and he will certainly be missed by his community and by us. We would also like to recognize the members of our staff, department chair people, and readers, and they will stand when I call off their names, and then we will applaud all of them. Science Department Chair, Mr. Lee Jenkins. Athletic Director and Reader, Mr. Butch Wagner. Reader, Mrs. Kathleen Plava. Foreign Language Department Chair and Reader, Mrs. Marge Mandel. Fine Arts Department Chair and Reader, Mrs. Julie Jarkey-Kozlowski. Business Department Chair, Mrs. Rosalind Campo. Counseling, Mr. Kurt Haney. Special Education Department Chair, Mr. Ken Flatt. Social Studies Department Chair, Mr. Thomas Nelson. Activities Director, Mr. Mark Michael. Career and Technical Education, Mrs. Linda Kemp. Physical Education Department Chair, Mrs. Linda Hildinger. And English Department Co-Chair, Mrs. Vivian Schmiegel. Now I am very pleased to introduce the salutatorian and the valedictorians of the class of 1999. Salutatorian, Justin Glenn Hunt, son of Rosemarie and Mel Hunt. Justin is a member of the National Honor Society, Macomb County All-Conference Academic Team, and he took the Alumni Distinguished Scholarship Exam at Michigan State. He will attend Michigan State University and major in biology or forestry. Valedictorian, Nicole Kathleen Bohack. Daughter of Debbie and Dave Bohack. Nicole is a member of the National Honor Society, the French Club, and cross-country team. Nicole is Senior Class Secretary, Macomb County All-County Academic Team, a National Merit Commended Student, a Macomb Daily Student of the Week, and has been awarded the Daughters of the American Revolution Good Citizen Award. Nicole will attend Western Michigan University to pursue a degree in medicine. Valedictorian, Nicole Ann Dubb. Daughter of Beverly and David Dubb. Nicole is a member of the National Honor Society, the Spanish Club, and co-editor of the yearbook. Nicole will attend Western Michigan University and major in engineering. Valedictorian, Betsy Jo Herwire. Daughter of Nancy and Keith Herwire. Betsy is a member of the National Honor Society, German Club, Art Club President, VICA President, SAD, and National Art Honor Society. She has won Scholastic Gold Key Awards and placed in the VICA Regional and State Competition for Advertising and Design. Betsy will attend Western Michigan University and major in Graphic Design and Communications. Valedictorian, Michael Fernandez Martinen. Son of Pat and Ben Martinen. Michael is a member of the National Honor Society, Spanish Club, and soccer team. He received awards in the Society of Automotive Engineers Detroit Science Fair and in the SAE Mini Electronics Automobile Race Competition. Michael also attended the Macomb Math Science Technology Center. He will attend Michigan State University and pursue a degree in medicine. Valedictorian Richard James Strahan. Son of Gail and Rick Strahan. Rick is a member of the National Honor Society, the Marching and Symphonic Bands, track team, cross-country team, and the Macomb All-Conference Academic Team. Rick will attend Albion College and major in math and computer science. Ladies and gentlemen, our valedictorians and salutatorian, class of 1999. Congratulations. To introduce our commencement speakers, we have a leader with vision, dedication, and commitment to excellence, a student, parent, teacher, and community advocate. Dr. Joan Sargent sets a standard of high quality for our district. The Superintendent of Utica Community Schools, Dr. Joan Sargent.
Thank you, and good afternoon, and congratulations, graduates. I am very pleased to be able to introduce two speakers who represent the Henry Ford II High School class of 1999. Eric Thor Rasmussen and Jenny Poma will address fellow classmates and their families today. Eric Rasmussen has been active in student government, serving as co-president of Ford's National Honor Society. He has also served as youth delegate to the National League of Cities Youth Advisory Board, representing the city of Sterling Heights. His academic honors include appointment to the Macomb Area Conference All-Academic Team for excellence in athletics and academics. He has received an academic honors letter and the Principal's Award for qualifying in the Advanced Placement exam. In 1996, he was the district champion in our Battle of the Books program. He is also active in sports as co-captain of the varsity swim team and member of the Falcon Aquatic swim team. Eric is a member of the French Club and a student instructor for the Grebner Elementary School French program. He has extensive civic involvement and is active in programs at his church. This talented young man has received the Coaches Award for Leadership for his participation with the school's varsity swim team. Eric is also the recipient of Oakland University's Talented Scholars Award. He plans to major in physics at Oakland University in the fall. Eric's parents are Stephen and Janet Rasmussen. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our first speaker, Eric Thor Rasmussen.
Today is June 5th, and today we are going to graduate. Maybe the time flew by too fast, or maybe it dragged too slow, but one thing is certain. Today, we are going to graduate. It's been weeks and months and years since we began this escapade, since we stepped into elementary school. I don't think any of us saw the sign that said, "Welcome to the greatest adventure of your life," but it must have been there. It was 6 years in elementary school and 2 more in junior high before we made it to the final 4 years at Henry Ford II High School. We made it through those years too. We made it through the days of sorrow and joy, victory and defeat, and all the in-between moments. It has been a fantastic adventure, as great as those found in history, and we are just as great of explorers as those that came before our time. In 1803, Lewis and Clark walked into the newly acquired Louisiana Purchase with the anticipation of discovering a passage to the Pacific and completing the dream of manifest destiny. They had a glimmer of what was ahead from stories that came their way, but there was no way to trust a story. We too had stories from neighbors, friends, and older siblings of what high school was all about, but there was no way to trust a story. Before we stepped into the woods, we took with us their advice. Don't accept elevator passes and don't oppose the flow of traffic. In 1492, Columbus left Spain with the hope of finding a faster way to India, but ended up in the Caribbean. The truth is, he was lost without even knowing it. Our freshman year, we were a bit like Columbus, lost. At every turn, we had to navigate through seas of new faces. We were the freshmen, guppies in an open ocean full of sharks called seniors. Yet, even with the dangers of the ocean around us, we learned our way around as the curiosity and currents of people swept us further into the deeper water and into the unknown. Soon, we learned how to swim through perpetual locker problems, waking up so much earlier, getting through 8 class periods, and completing the daily deck duties of athletics, homework, and the social life. Like the great explorer Magellan, we found our way around and learned the ropes of how to take on Ford II as our adventure continued. In January of 1967, the first manned Apollo mission was almost ready to commence when, during a test, 3 astronauts became trapped in the burning space capsule and died while still on the ground. That was the first Apollo mission. 10 missions later, a man landed on the moon. Our senior year, we launched into a year of new hope aboard a rocket destined for the moon. Finally, after a 3-year countdown, we were moving. The fuel had been ignited. We escaped the pull of gravity and became the experts who faced every new day with the confidence of knowing exactly what to do. Over and over, we heard the voice of Houston telling us, failure is not an option. Failure is not an option. Thus, we succeeded. We landed on the moon today, class of 1999. Just as Neil Armstrong left footprints on the moon, we are leaving footprints on Henry Ford II High School. There's no sign on the doors as we leave Ford saying our adventure is finished, because the adventure isn't over. To be sure, we all have histories that are a little different, diverse ideas and thoughts, and unlike goals. But look around you right now and see what we do have in common. We all have these funky gowns on and tasseled hats, and today we are going to graduate. Today, we are ending one beginning and starting a new one. Today and forever, we are the class of 1999.
Thank you, Eric. Jenny Poma has been active in student government since 9th grade. She served as treasurer as a sophomore and as vice president her junior year. As a senior, Jenny was selected president of the 12th grade class. This all-A honor roll student is active in a number of organizations, including Students Against Driving Drunk, Interact, the Peer Resistance Program, and the Spanish Club. In 9th and 10th grade, she received the Outstanding Leadership Awards for her involvement at school. Away from school, Jenny likes the theater, films, dancing, singing, jogging, and baseball. Next fall, Jenny will begin her undergraduate studies in social work at Jacksonville University, where she received the Trustee Scholarship. She later plans to attend Wayne State University to study sociology. Jenny's parents are Frank and Lucy Poma. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Jenny Poma.
I'd like to first start off to dedicate my speech to someone very special, someone who cannot be here today, and that is my sister, Dina Poma. The premiere. Movies have always held a special meaning to our class. Just picture the big sign in front of AMC and only one movie listed. In giant flashing letters, HF2 presents the class of 1999. Certainly a spectacle. It was 4 years in the making. And cost? Our parents would say it cost millions of dollars. I say, show me the money. What a story. It's my story. It's your story. It's our story. It's a story that's often funny and it's a story that is sometimes sad. The theme of this movie is our quest, where our heroes in their journey face many challenges and many adversities. Sometimes they win, and sometimes they lose, but they always come back for more. Strange new worlds are explored and discovered. Characters and ideas are introduced. Our parents and teachers are the directors and technical crew. They serve as our biggest fans, sharing information and knowledge and sustaining us with their faith and support. Like any movie, there's always retakes and bloopers. We had our share of mistakes, but we grew and we moved on. So let's look back at some flashbacks. Remember the first day of high school when our heart was ready to burst with adrenaline mixed with fear and excitement? We've all met our closest friends there. This is big time, major league, hard classes and demanding teachers. The rookie year was tough, but we made it through. Sophomore year, what a contradiction that was. And as in the words of Forrest Gump, life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. Two images are paused in my mind. In one, a giant bird serenaded by the theme music of Star Wars and Apollo 13, winning first place at homecoming. This previewed the spirit and triumphs to come. Another image, HF2's last in-school pep rally. This year flew by like greased lightning. Then came our junior year. 2 words, stress and hard work. ACTs, SATs, MEEPs, college and career choices. Vampire certainly struck our junior year, but thank God the force was with us, and we made it through, dodging more bullets and snakes and boulders than Indiana Jones. Houston, we definitely had a problem, but forget about it, and we did. At last, the finale, senior year, the Top Guns of the school, and we were flying. Remember all those Friday night basketball and football games, the musicals, the plays, and the concerts? Well, now they're all resting in our field of dreams. This was a year we all came together, much like the jock, the princess, the bully, the freak, and the nerd did in the famous 80s movie Breakfast Club. We put aside our differences and new friendships formed. Let the memories we've shared act as reruns in our thoughts and in our hearts. So now, it is time to roll out that red carpet because we are about to receive our long-deserved Oscar. And as we are handing this golden award, people are watching out there. This has become our own Truman Show. Those many friends and family members are viewing us. They're mesmerized, realizing how with a flip of a tassel, we enter a new scene. So let our eyes sparkle, our smiles glow, and let the credits start to roll. For we are the future. And from where I'm standing, it looks like a great place to be.
Thank you, Eric and Jenny. In honor of this special class, we have a special tribute that will be performed by Emily Eckstein, daughter of Gail and John Eckstein. Emily is in the choir and in the group Ladies Only. She participated in forensics and in theater and performed the role of Lola in the school musical Darn Yankees. Emily sings for the class of 1999 this day.
we capture the time. Let us share love. Let us share hope before this day is
Thank you, Emily. This is a very special day for all of us. And now, having fulfilled all of the requirements established by the state of Michigan and Utica Community Schools, we proudly recommend the Henry Ford II High School class of 1999 for graduation. And we welcome to the podium the president of our Board of Education, Dr. Carol Clino. Dr. Clino has served on the Utica Community School Board of Education since 1993 and is president since 1995. She represents the community and leads the district with wisdom, energy, and commitment. Dr. Carol Clino.
Thank you, Mrs. Demas, and thank you, Class of 99. It is very impressive to see three of you represent your class so well, and I know it's simply a small representation of the many talents that are sitting on the floor in front of me today. Class of 99, as Eric alluded to, you probably thought this day would never get here, at least some of you. Are there any parents out there that thought this day got here too soon? You want to raise your hand? I'm sure I'd be raising my hand if I were sitting up there. This is an important day for each of you graduates. It's the day where we come together to recognize how hard you've worked and the fact that you've met very difficult challenges posed by your teachers in order to earn your seat in this class of 99. I want you to think about what you're feeling today. Perhaps it's hope for the future and a desire to get your life underway. And you may think this feeling comes from a new beginning and a chance to start again. Another way to characterize this feeling is attitude. And that attitude, that feeling of happiness and well-being that you have right now, can make the difference between an average life and one that is really great. You know, we sometimes have the mistaken belief that life will somehow be better after we graduate, after we get a job, after we go to college. We tell ourselves life will be complete when we find someone to share it with, when we raise a family, or buy that new car, or get that new home. We wait for these accomplishments to bring us happiness. But I believe the truth of the matter is this: it isn't the accomplishment that brings us happiness so much as the attitude we have when we pursue it. Life will always be filled with new challenges. As Jenny said, sometimes we succeed, and just as often we do not. But the attitude we bring to any challenge can turn a situation into a very valuable lesson for the future. An author put it this way: for a long time, it had seemed to me that life was about to begin, real life. But there was always something in the way, some obstacle, something to be gotten through first, some unfinished business, time still to be served, or a debt to be paid. Then life would really begin. At last it dawned on me that these obstacles were my life. So don't wait. Stop your waiting. Don't wait until you start work or get a new car or go back to school, until you start a family, or, for heaven's sakes, until you retire. Keep the positive attitude that is making you happy at this very moment and use it to meet every challenge life holds. As you prepare to receive your diplomas, I'd like to leave you with these words: work like you don't need the money. Love like you've never been hurt. And dance. Yes, dance. Dance like no one is watching. On behalf of the Board of Education, I'd like to congratulate the Henry Ford II class of 1999. And now we've come to that point in the afternoon where I know this is why you came. By the power vested in me by the state of Michigan, and on behalf of the Utica Community Schools Board of Education, it gives me great pleasure to present the class of 1999 with their diplomas. Ladies and gentlemen, let us proceed with the ceremony.
Two of our graduating seniors are unable to be with us this afternoon. They are Henry Ford II varsity track team members, and they are competing today in the 3,200 meter finals at the state track meet in Midland. They are Michael Paul Killeran, and Michelle Renee Reguero.
Nicole Kathleen Bohack, valedictorian, senior class secretary, summa cum laude, National Honor Society. Nicole Ann Dubb, valedictorian, summa cum laude, National Honor Society. Betsy Jo Herwire, valedictorian, art club president, National Honor Society, summa cum laude. Michael Fernandez Mantinen, valedictorian, National Honor Society, summa cum laude. Richard James Strawn III, valedictorian, National Honor Society, summa cum laude. Justin Glenn Hunt, salutatorian, summa cum laude, National Honor Society. Jenny Angela Poma, graduation speaker, student council president, Interact Club vice president. Eric Thor Rasmussen, graduation speaker, National Honor Society, cum laude. Emily Mary Eckstein. Joanne Therese Saltzman, senior class president, National Honor Society, summa cum laude. Amy Lee Chappelle, senior class vice president, National Honor Society, Interact Club secretary, treasurer, cum laude. Jillian Joy Shapansky, senior class treasurer, National Honor Society, magna cum laude. Julie Diane Myers, student council secretary, National Honor Society, magna cum laude. Ryan Michael Schmidt, student council treasurer, National Honor Society, SAD student coordinator, magna cum laude. Larry Nathan Chadwick, senior class representative. Catherine Locke Chan, senior class representative. Brianna Lupu, senior class representative, National Honor Society, cum laude. Christopher Mark Oliverio, senior class president, Interact Club president, DECA Club Vice President. Angela Curran Acacia. Carrie Louise Adrian. Jason Michael Alberg. Anthony Peter Aiello. Renee Marie Alfieri. Tabitha Lynn Allore. Christopher Robert Alston. Alicia Michelle Anderson. Alan Mark Andrews Young. Edward Jerome Anclum. Aymara Arias. Stacy Lee Arnold. Jason Christopher Kerr, National Honor Society. Raul Arredondo III. William Thomas Artemovich. Heather Ann Arvo. Derek Joseph Asman, National Honor Society. Amanda Marie Orand. Kaylin Patrick Begas. Danielle Ann Baldino. Trisha Lynn Bartosik. National Honor Society, summa cum laude. Thomas David Basher Jr. Nilika Bada. Nathan Allen Bellinger, National Honor Society, cum laude. Crystal Lynn Bergstrom. Robert Stavros Bezis. John Nathan Bickman, SAD Student Coordinator. Christy Lee Blanchard. Gary Raymond Blazinski. Jordanka Bagevsky. Alyssa Lee Borshak, National Honor Society. Jennifer Ann Bovey. Julie Lane Boyd. Boris Bojanovsky. Sarah Lynn Bozanowski. Adam William Brannick. Wyatt Joseph Brim. Matthew William Brodnicki. Charles David Bronson. Victoria Lee Brooke. Jesse Scott Callis. Jamie Renee Campbell. Brian Allen Campiato. Deanna Lynn Canole. Angela Grace Catherincia. Nicholas Chester Chambers, National Honor Society, cum laude. Christopher Lawrence Chase. Stacy Lauren Cherney, National Honor Society, cum laude. Justin Paul Christie, National Honor Society, cum laude. Guy Marion Cocasetta. Erin Catherine Cole, National Honor Society, summa cum laude. Frank Anthony Coletti. Shannon Marie Conlon, NHS Co-President, National Honor Society, magna cum laude. Brian Martin Crane. William Kelly Crowell. Christina Ann Cubernus, National Honor Society, cum laude. Ryan Philip Cumming. Salvatore Sergio DeLeo. Andre Salvatore D'Angelo. Scott Thomas Dacto. Adria Corey Damiano. Jill Marie Davis. James Douglas Debus. Wendy Diane DeCalloway. Ryan Murphy DeFore. Kimberly Lynn DeLue. Deidre Ann DeLiso, NHS Co-President, National Honor Society, magna cum laude. Kristen Darlene Deluge, Art Club Historian. Kristen Lindsay Deneau. Junhui Deng. Elizabeth Ann de Vlieshauer. Adele Teresa Di Cesare. Franco Di Cesare. Stephanie Ann Dickerson, National Honor Society. Heidi Jeanette Deal. Anthony James DeMio. Patrick Michael Donathan. Brienne Mary Donnellan. Magdalena Anna Dorula.
Deanna Renee Duggar. Jesse Wayne Edelman. Pamela Nicole Ead. Charles Eugene Ellison. Kylie Joyce Enmark, National Honor Society, summa cum laude. Janine Nicole Evans. Amanda Lynn Faber. Adam Robert Facemeyer, German Club Officer, National Honor Society, magna cum laude. Jamie Lee Fardell. Jason Ronald Farkas. Catherine Lindsay Farmer, National Honor Society, cum laude. Jason Allen Faulkner. Dennis Donald Fostick. Heather Arlene Fex. Stacy Marie Fair. Salvatore Pietro Finazzo. Christy Marie Finn. Jillian Catherine Fisher, National Honor Society, magna cum laude. Natalie Michelle Fontana. Christopher Allen Fox. Janine Lynn Francis. Kimberly Marie Francis. Nicholas Rupert Franklin. Courtney Suzanne Fritsch. Derek John Frome. William Charles Fumarola II. Mary Grace Marie Gaglio, National Honor Society, cum laude. Michael Robert Gale. Christopher Matthew Galechka, Varsity Quiz Bowl Captain. Michelle Lee Gascoigne. Christina Lee Gentry. Todd Joseph Gerbino. Nicole Lee Giacalone. Ryan Peter Giacona. Maureen Mary Gibbons, SAD Board Director. Kimberly Marie Glazer. Marie Goichai, National Honor Society, magna cum laude. Rebecca Ann Goltz, National Honor Society, magna cum laude. David Michael Graham. Daniel Ross Greer. Melissa Marie Griffith. Daljinder Singh Grewal. Nicole Marie Garan. Michael John Hall. Rebecca Jo Harbaugh. Craig Andrew Harrison, National Honor Society, cum laude. Kristen Marie Harvat, National Honor Society, magna cum laude. Jason Paul Hassenflug. Christopher Claire Hastings. Penny Joy Hayden. Melissa Susan Hayward. Michael Robert Herman. Jason Matthew Hermes. Kimberly Lynn Hodson. Randy Thomas Hoffman. Allison Megan Horler. Aaron Christopher Howe. Melissa Marie Huffman. Jeffrey Robert Hughes. Kelly Marie Emmerich. Mark Jackson. Melissa Joan Ingram. Nope, we're too late. Thomas Walter Jackson. Nicole Celeste Jansons. Dean Edward Jurls. Jelena Jelenkovich. Amy Lynn Johnson, National Honor Society, cum laude. Robert Raymond Johnson. William Eric Jones III. Eric James Jordan. Matthew Thomas Kamprath. Michael Francis Karasinski. Amy Elizabeth Keita. John Joseph Keita. Antonios George Kazdaglias. Melissa Ann Kazmierzak, National Honor Society, cum laude. Jessica Sue Keck, National Honor Society, magna cum laude. Daniel Joseph Keller, National Honor Society, magna cum laude. William James Kenny III. Devora Michelle Keslacy. Nathan Alexander King. Brandis Kylie Kinsler. Paul Alexander Kidder. Kevin Michael Kluka. James Frederick Knapp. Raymond Timothy Noblock. Megan Renee Colton. Timothy Brian Conrad. Shannon Michelle Kozal, National Honor Society. Leslie Corinne Koss, National Honor Society, cum laude.
Kevin Wells Koss. Nicholas Kostakis. Justin Thomas Kowalik. Joshua James Krantz. Edward Casey Kreft. Alexander Robert Krieger. Craig Joseph Krenzel, National Honor Society, magna cum laude. Darlene Nicole Krokus, National Honor Society. Zlatan Kurjakovic. Christopher George Lafreniere. April Dawn Lancourt. Marie Stephanie Lapid, National Honor Society, cum laude. Eric Paul LaPratt. Jonathan Douglas Larson. Colleen Bree Latimer, National Honor Society, magna cum laude. Aliyah Rosaria Lazaro. Michelle Lynn LeBeau. Christina Francesca Leone, National Honor Society, cum laude, newspaper co-editor. Ryan Christopher Light. Eric Lindecker. Tina Marie Logie, National Honor Society, cum laude. Kimberly Lynn Lopiccolo. Stephanie Ray Lubarecki, National Honor Society, magna cum laude. Joshua Raymond Lucas. Stephen Donald Lux. Justin Michael Maddox, National Honor Society, cum laude. Christopher James Mariano. Jeffrey Allen Malecki, National Honor Society, magna cum laude. Amanda Francis Marks, National Honor Society, magna cum laude. Mark Markovic. Chad Michael Markwart. Sarah Patrice Marzak. Laura Renee Martin, National Honor Society, cum laude. Sarah Ann Martin. Domenico Martino. Jennifer Michelle Maurer. James Robert Mayer. Tobias Ingolf Mayer, National Honor Society. Erin Elizabeth McCarthy, National Honor Society. Michael J. McCarthy. Jacqueline Roxanne McDougall, National Honor Society, summa cum laude. Allison Elizabeth McHugh. Kelly Marie McIntyre, National Honor Society, cum laude. Laura Beth McEwen, DECA Club Secretary. Lori Elizabeth McNeese, DECA Club President. Bradley David McTaggart. Sarah Elizabeth Meyer, National Honor Society, magna cum laude. Christy Lynn Mellon. Amy Beth Meldrum, National Honor Society co-president, magna cum laude. Stephen Gregory Mariand, National Honor Society, magna cum laude. Jeffrey Robert Myers, Science Olympiad medal winner, National Honor Society, magna cum laude. Craig Christopher Michael. Rebecca Ann Mico. Nicholas Ian Miles. Rochelle Marie Miller. Bassam Michael Mondalek. David James Moylan. Joseph Andrew Mulca. Sarah Beth Mullins. Nicole Shannon Nader. Marcella Therese Nejas. Alyssa Marie Nan, National Honor Society, magna cum laude. Jessica Lynn Napoleon, National Honor Society. Justin Jeffrey Nays. Alicia Danielle Newman, National Honor Society, magna cum laude. Thomas Scott Newman, Jr. Paulo Michael Nadeau. Renee Marie Nocita. Sean Timothy O'Brien, Art Club Vice President. Therese Rose Akchinsky. Dita Olson. Scott Robert Onofry. Steve Gary Orzakowski. Tony Vito Palazzolo. Sean Patrick Paquette. Christopher Michael Perrick. Sean Michael Patalon, National Honor Society, cum laude. Jonathan Henry Pate. Joshua Andrew Pate. Greg Michael Poloni, Japanese Club Officer. Michael Robert Perdue. Lori Beth Phillips. Robert Anthony Phillips. Katie Eileen Pickla. Joseph Roy Pickens. Kevin Andrew Pearson. Brandon Michael Pivko. Melissa Jody Pochert. Lawrence Joseph Parada. Christy Lynn Porish. Alicia Marie Potere, National Honor Society, magna cum laude. Preetha Prahusad. Kristen Marie Pruitt.
Colleen Marie Racevich. Michael Vincent Rainish. Michael Allen Rang, Jr. Jeremy Scott Resmer, National Honor Society, magna cum laude. David Matthew Richards, National Honor Society, cum laude. Charles Michael Reinhardt. Sean Michael Rook. Stephanie Marie Rossetti. Jeffrey Scott Rowland. Amy Marie Ruderer. Michelle Ann Rudish. Catherine Ida Rufino. Rachel Ann Rupard. Daniel Michael Rozicki, Jr. Amanda Christine Sabatini. Vanessa Edith Sedlaka. Nicholas Paul Salvaggio. Scott Angelo Salvaggio. Melissa Marie Scalisi. Scott Gregory Scalisi, SAD Board Director. Joshua Francis Shiro. Stacy Elizabeth Schlegel. Adam Charles Schmidt, German Club Officer. Suzanne Hildegard Schneider. Theodore Robert Shainsey. Ronald Joseph Schulte. Leah Melinda Schultz. Elizabeth Ann Seitz. Andrea Lee Scott. Diane Tricia L. Sebastian. Eric Reed Seidenberger. Susie Mia Sadati. Melissa Rose Skirda. Lori Jean Slater, National Honor Society. Stephanie Diane Slowinski. Amy Alyssa Smith. Sarah Young Smith. Stacy Marie Snavely. Angela Christina St. Ange. Jason Michael Stanley. Teresa Ann Staples, National Honor Society, cum laude. Frederick Aaron Starcher II. Crystal Rose Steinauer. Kevin Lee Stevens. Michael Joseph Stinson, National Honor Society, cum laude. Erica Marie Sudo, National Honor Society, cum laude. Justin Allen Sunquist. Aaron Robert Susala. Kimberly Dawn Shemansky. Michael Joseph Tackman. Melissa Ann Tarsenko. Aaron Wiley Thiel. Brian Michael Thomas, National Honor Society, cum laude. Shauna Marie Thoreau. Antonio Todaro. Kenneth Michael Torrance. Andrew Robert Trahan, newspaper co-editor. Christina Danielle Trefellner. Keith James Trelfa. Paul Anthony Trimble. Nathan Stephen Trombley. Allison Claire Trombley. Karen Teresa Uhazi. Tracy Lynn Van Hoek. Stephanie Marie Van Ryan. Stephanie Van Langenhoven. Cheryl Lynn Van Rickenham. Hector Rene Velasquez. Justin Marinus Ventivogel. Stephanie M.C. Vespi, National Honor Society, cum laude. Carl Don Volker. Kristen Ann Voikus. Ryan Christopher Voss. Angela Joy Wagner. Laura Marie Walters. Lauren Ashley Walters. Janice Pearl Wasey. David Thomas Webster. Jason Daniel Wentland, Science Olympiad medal winners, National Honor Society, magna cum laude. William James Westley. Rachel Lee White, National Honor Society, cum laude. Patrick Michael Williams. Carrie Francis Winkler, National Honor Society. Christopher Edward Wood. Jessica Amanda Wren. Brian James Yax Jr. Jeffrey Scott Young. Shauna Therese Zambelli. Maria Zappa. Danielle Clarice Zelenak, DECA Club Treasurer. Andrew Thomas Zundell Jr., National Honor Society, magna cum laude. Where's she going?
She doesn't need one. She's going up to do it.
To issue the farewell to the class of 1999, we invite to the podium valedictorian Nicole Bohack.
Congratulations, fellow graduates. We stand here now on the brink of a new millennium and a new dawn. As we greet this milestone, may we always remember those before us with respect, those to follow with hope, and those that face tragedy with faith and appreciation for our own fortunes. My wish for you, my classmates, is that you be blessed with happiness, health, and peace of mind in all your endeavors. In the words of a Celtic parting, may the road rise to meet you, may the wind be always at your back, may the sun shine warm upon your face, the rains fall soft upon your fields. And until we meet again, my friends, we will remember the good times we've had. Congratulations and farewell to the Henry Ford II class of 1999.